touching the truth.
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Havix here, and today I'm going to be making a video on this game that I just picked up on Steam. I think it was like 20 bucks or something like that, and it is Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. I've seen a couple people play this before. I've watched a couple YouTubers make videos on it, and I thought it was pretty cool. So yeah, so let's start a new game. Actually, is there a way to... Okay, cool, I can make another profile. So my other one is my just kind of offline, playing account. This I'm just gonna make Havix YT. So I think, yeah, if I just do new game, it should let me play on that. Yep. So I'm going to do it with a tutorial. There really isn't that much of a tutorial in this game. It's just kind of, you can walk around and then you just have to go through like a little test track, and then it lets you in. But a lot of this game is, community driven. So after, just a little bit, I'm probably going to move to making videos on like different mods and everything, because you only have like a certain amount of cars in the game normally, and then after it you can get a ton of different ones. Like I think if I go on the community hub, you might be able to see some of them. Hopefully this comes up in the video. I don't know like what shows and what doesn't, but if I go to the workshop, there's a ton of stuff. Like you can even get real life cars, because a lot of the cars in this game are just kind of recreations of real cars, but they look a little bit different. But you can see here Ford F-250, 1969 Mustang, S2K. You got all this stuff here, and that's pretty much what all the mods are. There's also, I think there's a couple maps that you can get too, so that's kind of cool. But for this tutorial, you could go and look around. It tells you like what everything does, like it tells you all that. But I've already played a little bit, so I kind of know how everything works. So we're just gonna go to the test track here. I'm gonna use, cannot start engine. No oil, okay. So that's something I forgot about. You gotta put oil in it. So obviously this one we're gonna use. This one's kind of broke. Yeah, that does not look good. So I'm gonna go here. You gotta take off the plug, and I think it's full, or it's at the right level when you'll see it when it kind of goes down a little bit. I mean, you can check. First time I kind of filled it a little bit too much. I don't know where it is on this one. I know on the other one where it is, or on one of the other cars. I know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I can't find the dipstick thing. I don't need it. It'll be fine. So let's just go to test track, grab that, and let's do a little lap on this track here. All right. So we're gonna go into third person. The physics aren't the greatest, but I mean they're decent. Obviously this wasn't the main focus of this game. I actually don't think they even had these test tracks and everything right when the game came out. I'm pretty sure this is like something that's relatively recent. So I mean it's kind of cool that they do have it, because you could at least use the cars that you make. You gotta go through all these tests. The suspension test is actually pretty good. And then braking is right over here. A little bit early. Yep, we're good. Finish tutorial and start game. Yes. So another game that I wanted to get that's pretty similar to this is called Automation, and I might end up getting it, if I do save up. I mean, I do have the money for it, but I just don't know if I really want to buy it right now. But in the future, I might get it, because it's a pretty cool game. It's not similar to this really. I mean it is, but instead of just being like a guy working at a mechanic shop, you're actually creating cars from scratch. You're like a car manufacturer, and you have to make a car that works, and then you get to drive around in BeamNG, which is kind of cool, which I also need to buy that game too. But anyway, we got this it kind of looks like a Golf a little bit. I'm gonna say that's probably what it's supposed to be. Probably wrong, but if I go to the car status here, you can see just need 4 tires, filters. Alright, so if I just do filter, I think I need one of these, and then a fuel filter, which is that. Alright, so then I also need to go get tires. Let me make sure I get the right ones because I don't want to mess that up. Standard tire B. Alright, so let me just get 4 of those, and we should be good. So there's this other game, I'm pretty sure it might have been made by the same studio. I'm not 100% sure. It probably wasn't, but it just is pretty similar, and it reminds me a lot of it. But it's the PC Building Simulator. I got that like a year ago, and it's pretty similar to this. It's just not as fun, really. This game's actually like really entertaining. The PC Building Simulator, it's kind of fun, but it gets boring after a while because there really isn't that much to do. And it's like yeah, you can build a computer, but you can't do anything with it really, other than look at it. Which in this game, you know, even if you did just make the cars, that would be fine. But you can just build the cars, and then you can also drive them around. You could sell them if you wanted to, or you could just have a ton of like, you know, project ones. Why am I going there? That's not what I need. But anyway, you gotta separate all of these, which is gonna take a decent amount of time. So, okay. I was gonna say while that's going, I'll do that, but you know, let me put that one on and then do what I need to do. So if I go to the overview, it'll show what I need. I obviously need that. If I go here, I need to take this filter off, and I need to take this off, which I spent like 5 minutes trying to figure out why I couldn't take this off on my other profile, and you just have to take the clips off, which I think is a little bit dumb, but whatever. So let's take that there, part mount, new one on, put the cover on here, and alright, gotta put all 4 of these. Also, this game does have a mobile app, but it isn't really as good. I mean, like, it's decent, but it's not the same game. Like, it's a lot more simple. It's kind of the basic thing still, but it's not as fun in my opinion. So if you want to like actually play the legitimate game, just save up like $21 because, you know, you have to pay for tax. Just save up like 25 bucks or something like that, just so you're able to afford tax, and get this game on Steam because it's pretty good. Alright, and then we got to install the new tires on here, which is going to take a decent amount of time, so I'm just going to kind of walk around while I do that. I'm probably going to skip through most of these kind of repetitive parts. I'm just going to keep this in here just to kind of show what you have to do. But you gotta do this with all 4 of them, then put them back on, and you're good. And like, I kind of like these type of games, like games that do it right. Because there are some games, like the PC Building Simulator, where it's kind of fun, but it's still a little bit boring. But then there's games like this that, at least for me, this game is really entertaining. And also, you can't learn a lot from it, but you could at least learn like the basics on how to do, you know, some stuff. A lot of things it does kind of simplify. Like, obviously, it tells you where everything is. If you're doing stuff in real life, you're not gonna have, you know, everything. You're not gonna have like a little outline of where everything goes. Like, you're not gonna have that. Well, obviously, a tire goes there, but you know what I mean. And it's not going to tell you where you have to put in all the screws and everything. You kind of have to figure that out yourself, or, you know, look up a manual yourself. But at least for the basics on how to do stuff, it's kind of cool. Alright, there we go, and I'm pretty sure that's everything. If I go here, everything... Oh, I also need to change the oil. I forgot about that. So let me get a... I don't think you really have to buy a new filter every time, but I still do it because that's, you know, good practice. So hopefully I got the right one. I think I did. But let's raise this up here. Did I? I might not have. Nope, I did. Okay, so the way that you do this, I don't like it because it's, I didn't figure it out the first time, and I pulled the little oil pan off, and it spilled all over the floor. But you have to do this, and then you click use equipment, which I feel like they should have made it so you move it under, and then you actually, like, screw the little drain plug, whatever you want to call that, off. But whatever. Alright, take that off. I can move that now. Place it back. Oh, I probably should. I'm smart. Let's put that back up. And then let's install this here. Yep, I did get the right one, which is good. Put it back down, and all I have to do now is refill it. Which I've just been going by when it kind of like tilts down a little bit, like right there. I'm guessing that's why that's there. I don't know, maybe it isn't, but that looks pretty good to me, so that's what we're going with. Alright, so let's move this out to the entrance and finish it. So as you do these, I'm gonna turn this music off. That's probably gonna get, I mean, there's really isn't much sound, but still. That's pretty much what you gotta do, and you get money, and after a while you could start to upgrade your little garage here. I don't have any skill points right now, but you can get them. And you use it to upgrade it and get more like lifts and everything. I don't know when you're actually able to go and start buying like your own cars. I'm guessing it waits until you have enough money, because as you can see, I can't click on the junkyard here. But I'm guessing once you're able to afford one, you could go to the junkyard and get something to go fix it up, because that's what I've seen in videos. And yeah, so I'm probably just gonna do one more and then end off the video. This one, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's just brakes, so it's a lot simpler. This kind of looks like either a Honda Civic or like that. I think it's like a Volkswagen Jetta, I think, or something like that. I don't know. I'm not really that much of a VW guy, but anyway. I said I need to do brakes, so let's check here. I need one pad, one caliper, and one disc. One disc, one pad, and one caliper. And also, if you guys are playing this game, if you're kind of new to it, one of the really good things to use is the overview. Is it overview? Yeah, overview mode. So that's where you can find out, you know, what things need to be done. So as you can see, there's a little bit of red here, so I think that's the brake pad I need to do. And then if I go over here, there's nothing there. So you don't end up having to take all four of these off, and I think that's, yeah, so it's the front left and the rear right that I need. So it just saves a lot of time, so you're not taking off all the wheels when you only have to take off like two. But as you can see, yeah, that's kind of gross. Actually, did not mean to do that. I'm gonna take these ones off and put the brand new ones on the other side that actually needs them. So we're gonna put those on here, put the new calipers on, screw them in. Like on the mobile version, you don't take, I'm kind of going back to the beginning of the video, but on the mobile version you don't have to take out all the screws, which is kind of a minor thing, but it adds a little bit of realism to the PC version. And also, you don't take orders really. On the mobile version, you just go to junkyards, or it's not even junkyards, you find cars in like barns, and then you just repair them and sell them. Instead of like actually taking orders, getting people's cars, fixing them to like fixing just a couple things that need to be fixed. In there, you're pretty much restoring the entire car, and then you sell it. And that's just all you do. So at least to me, this is a little bit more fun, just because, I mean, it's not really much of a story, but at least you have something where instead of just buying them and selling them, you're actually taking orders from people and doing all that. But anyway, there's these three. I probably don't have to move this to the entrance, I just do because I can. But let's move that there, and let's sell it. Or not sell it, but give it back. I only get $277 from that, but I mean, you don't get a ton when you start off. I'm pretty sure later in the game you start getting like a lot of extra, or a lot more money from stuff that you do. So don't have a skill point. I think you get those every single time you level up. But yeah, anyway, I guess this is where I'm going to end the video, because I don't want it to be, you know, too long or boring. But if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future on this, you know, kind of series. If you just want to see kind of more of a playthrough, I mean, there isn't that much of a story, so you can't really do a full-on playthrough. But do you at least want to see me kind of do a couple episodes on it until I unlock, you know, the junkyard and everything? Then I start doing, you know, projects on here, and I try out some mods and stuff. Or if you just want me to, you know, continue on with it, just let me know down in the comments. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.